The most dangerous moment in an economy is when everything looks stable. Ray Dalio learned that the hard way, not from textbooks, from watching entire systems break slowly at first, then all at once. Every economic reset follows patterns. The headlines change, the names change, but the mechanics don't. Dalio doesn't predict crashes. He prepares for resets, and before every one of them. He follows the same rules, not because they feel safe, but because the math leaves no alternative. Right now, those rules matter more than people want to admit. Here's why. Most people think economic resets come from shocks worse. Pandemics, political chaos. Dalio disagrees. Resets come from imbalances that grow quietly. While confidence stays high, Rule 1. Watch debt, not growth. Growth is the story governments tell. Debt is the bill they hide. When debt grows faster than income, the system isn't expanding. It's borrowing time. Every major reset, from the 1930s to 2008 began, when debt servicing quietly replaced productivity as the engine of growth. When more money goes to paying yesterday than building tomorrow, the clock starts ticking. Rule 2. Interest rates always reveal the lie. Low rates feel like relief. They're actually a warning. When rates are forced down, it means the system can't survive normal pricing of risk. Dalio watches one thing closely. What happens when rates try to rise? If small increases cause markets to panic, governments to intervene, and central banks to retreat, that's not stability. That's dependency. Rule 3. Money printing doesn't create wealth. It rearranges it. New money doesn't spread evenly. It flows upward first. Assets rise. Wages lag. Inequality what? Dalio calls this the invisible tax. Nothing is officially taken, but purchasing power quietly moves from savers to borrowers, from workers to asset owners. The economy looks healthy on screens, but underneath, trust erodes. Rule 4. Inequality isn't a social problem first. It's an economic when wealth gaps widen too far, growth slows. Not because people are angry, but because fewer people can participate. Resets happen when the majority feels the system no longer works for them, even if the numbers say it does. Rule 5. Political cycles always follow financial ones. Economic stress changes incentives. Suddenly, compromise becomes weakness. Blame becomes currency. Short-term promises replace long-term fixes. Dalio doesn't watch elections. He watches fiscal desperation. When governments can't cut spending, can't raise taxes, and can't grow their way out, they print. That leads to the next rule. Rule 6. Currency debasement is not a failure. It's a policy choice. Throughout history, countries choose devaluation over default. It looks gentler. It feels invisible. But it's a reset in slow motion. Savings lose meaning. Contracts lose certainty. Trust weakens. Rule 7. Cash is not safety in a reset. Optionality is. Dalio doesn't flee markets. He spreads exposure across assets that respond differently to stress. Not because he knows what will win, but because he knows concentration always loses during regime shifts. Rule 8. Correlations break right when you need them most. Assets that move together during calm periods stop cooperating during resets. Diversification based on recent history becomes theater. Dalio prepares for environments, not narratives.
Rule 9. History doesn't repeat.
but leverage does. Every reset teaches the same case. Too much borrowing. Confidence built on extrapolation. Risk priced as impossible. The details change. The structure stays. And the final rule, the uncomfortable one, Rule 10. Resets don't arrive with sirens. They arrive with explanations. We've seen this before. This time is different. This system is resilient. Those phrases always appear right before the rules reassert themselves. Ray Dalio doesn't wait for certainty, because by the time certainty arrives, the reset is already over. The real question isn't whether another reset will happen. It's whether this one will be inflationary, deflationary, or something stranger. And whether most people will recognize it before the rules finish playing out.